Picture this. Our ancestors gathered around the bonfire, sharing stories that would shape their understanding of the world. These weren't just tales. They were the original social network. As Yuval Noah Harari explains in Sapiens, gossip and storytelling around these fires didn't just entertain, they created truth through consensus. When enough people believed the story, it became reality. This wasn't just communication, it was the foundation of human culture, commerce, and community. Think about it. Every major religion, every lasting institution, every powerful brand, they all started with a story that spread, that resonated, that people chose to believe in. The same principle that made stories spread around ancient fires still determine which brands capture attention and build trust today. Fast forward to 2025. We've traded firelight for blue light, bonfires for TikTok feeds, village gossip for spilling the tea. Our tools have evolved, but our fundamental nature, our need for stories, for truth, for connection, hasn't changed a bit. What has changed is the competition for attention. The average person now sees more than 10,000 brand messages daily. Our attention spans have shrunk to about 8 seconds. That's less than a goldfish. Let that sink in. We become so overwhelmed with information that we actually process less of it. But here's where it gets fascinating. While attention spans are shrinking, the reward for capturing attention has never been bigger. My friend Gary Vaynerchuk puts it perfectly. Attention is the currency in today's world. But like any currency, its value depends on how you spend it. Most brands are spending it all wrong. They're trying to buy attention through louder ads, flashier content, and bigger promotions. They're playing a game they can't win because they're playing it by the wrong rules. Let me share something that might shock you. In an age where we have more ways than ever to reach people, 81% of consumers say that they need to trust the brand before buying. Yet, only 34% actually trust the brand they use. This isn't just a gap, that's a crisis of connection. Think about that for a moment. We're spending more on marketing than ever before, yet trust is at an all-time low. Social media engagement is up, but genuine connection is down. Brand awareness might be increasing, but brand loyalty is decreasing. Why? Because most brands have forgotten what made those ancient fireside stories so powerful. Their ability to build trust through authentic connection. I spent 3 decades helping brands navigate this paradox. From startups to global giants, I've seen the same pattern repeat. Brands struggle not because they lack good products or clever marketing, but because they lack clarity. This clarity crisis shows up in 3 critical ways. First, brands lack clarity about themselves. They can't articulate why they exist beyond making money. They chase trends instead of setting them. They react to the market instead of reshaping it. Second, they lack clarity about their audience. They know demographics, but not desires. They track behaviors, but don't understand beliefs. They collect data, but they miss insights. Third, they lack clarity about their story. They confuse features with benefits, products with purpose, and messaging with meaning. Let me share 3 transformations that changed my understanding of brand building forever. First, Nike. Everyone knows their "just do it" message today. But in the early days, Nike was just another shoe company competing on feature and price. The transformation came when they found clarity, not just about what they sold, but why they existed. To bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. And remember Bill Bowerman's powerful addition, if you have a body, you're an athlete. This wasn't just a tagline. It was a truth that transformed their entire business. It influenced product design, retail experiences, marketing campaigns, everything. It gave them permission to transcend shoes and become a lifestyle brand. Then we have Airbnb. They could have remained a cheap alternative to hotels. Instead, they found clarity in their purpose, to help people belong anywhere. This clarity transformed their aspect of their business, from how they designed their app to how they trained their hosts. It even influenced their response to the pandemic. leading them to create online experiences that maintained human connection when physical travel wasn't possible. Perhaps the most striking example is Patagonia. They didn't just find clarity, they let it guide them for decisions that seemed crazy at the time, like their Don't Buy This Jacket campaign, which actually increased sales by proving their commitment to sustainability. Or their recent decision to give away the company to fight climate change, a move that strengthened their brand because it aligned perfectly with their truth. The challenge most brands face isn't choosing between attention and trust, it's building both at the same time. They swing between quick wins that don't last and slow burns that never ignite. They chase viral moments that fizzle or build foundations that no one sees. What they don't realize is that they don't have to choose. The same clarity that builds trust also captures attention. The same truth that creates legacy also drives growth. But you need a system for building both. So this insight led me to develop two complementary frameworks, EAT and T. Together, they help brands both capture attention today and build legacy for tomorrow. Think of them as two sides of the same coin, one focused on immediate impact and one on lasting influence. EAT stands for empathy, action, and truth. It's your daily playbook for capturing and keeping attention in a noisy world. Let's break down each element. So, empathy comes first because without it, you're just shouting into the void. This isn't a surface-level market research, it's deep understanding of your audience's world. When Starbucks realized people weren't just buying coffee, but craving a third place between home and work, that was empathy in action. They saw beyond the transaction to the human need. This level of empathy influenced everything, from store design to barista training. It's why they have comfortable chairs and free Wi-Fi. It's why baristas write your name on cups. Every detail serves the deeper human need for belonging. Action is about showing up consistently and boldly. PayPal could have remained just another payment processor. Instead, they took action to democratize financial services, making money accessible for everyone. Each product launch, each feature update was a step towards that vision. Their commitment to action shows in initiatives like working capital loans for small businesses or cryptocurrency integration. They don't just talk about financial inclusion, they actively create it. Truth is your foundation, the authentic core of who you are and why you matter. Look at how Ben & Jerry has built their brand on social activism. It's not just marketing strategy, it's who they are. Their truth guides everything from their flavor names to their supply chain decisions. When they speak out on social issues, it's credible because it is consistent. They've earned the right to have these conversations because they back their words with action for decades. But winning today's attention isn't enough. That's where T comes in. T takes the same elements, truth, empathy, and action, but applies them to your long-term brand strategy. Truth comes first in T because legacy brands start with purpose. It's about answering the fundamental question, why do you exist beyond making money? Tesla isn't just selling cars, they're accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. That truth drives everything they do. This clarity of purpose has allowed Tesla to expand from cars to solar panels to energy storage. Their truth gives them permission to enter new markets because people understand what they stand for. Empathy becomes deeper, focusing on not just current needs, but on lasting emotional connections. Look at how Disney has maintained its magic for generations. They understand that not just what entertains people today, but what creates lasting memories. This deep empathy is why they can create experience that resonates across cultures and generations. It's why parents who grew up with Mickey Mouse now share him with their children. Action transforms into consistent, purpose-driven behavior that builds trust over time. When Ray closes on Black Friday for Opt Outside, they're not just making a statement, they're living their truth in a way that resonates deeply with their community. This consistency builds trust. Every time Ray chooses purpose over profit, they strengthen their brand. Every action reinforces their story. Let me share a powerful example from my colleague Seth Godin that perfectly illustrates what real brand clarity looks like. Seth often talks about the Nike hotel concept, and it's brilliant in its simplicity. If Nike announced tomorrow that they were opening a hotel, most people would immediately have a clear idea of what that might be like. Without seeing a single photo or reading a single detail, they could imagine the design, the atmosphere, the experience. They'd expect modern aesthetics, high-energy environments, perhaps training facilities and recovery spaces. The brand is so clear that we can extend it into completely new categories. But if Hyatt announced that they were going to start making a shoe, most people would draw a blank. They would have no concept of what that shoe might be like or why they should care. Despite being a successful hotel chain, their brand doesn't have the clarity to extend beyond their category. This stark difference reveals something crucial about brand building. Nike doesn't just own products, they own a feeling, a philosophy, an entire worldview. They've achieved what I call true brand clarity. And this clarity gives them the freedom to explore new territories while maintaining trust. This understanding of how brands need both immediate impact and lasting legacy is exactly why I created the Conquer OS, a complete operating system for building and scaling brands that matter. It's not just about another branding framework, it's a comprehensive system that gives you everything you need to build a brand that both captures attention today and creates legacies for tomorrow. Think of it as your brand's operating system, the fundamental architecture that powers everything from daily decisions to long-term strategy. Through my proven frameworks, templates, and systems, Conquer OS helps you develop the clarity and capability to build a brand that stands out and scales up. We start with the Conquer Brand Ambition Quiz, a diagnostic tool that helps you understand exactly where your brand stands today and what you need to focus on first. This isn't just another online assessment. It's the same diagnostic framework I've used with clients and brands to identify exactly where they are and where they need clarity. The quiz reveals your brand's current state across multiple dimensions: your clarity of purpose, your audience connection, your marketing positioning, and your readiness for growth. It's like a GPS for your brand. You need to know where you are before you can plan where you're going. Then comes the Conquer Brand Ambition Challenge, a transformative 5-day experience where you'll define your brand's North Star. This is where you start building the kind of clarity that makes the Nike hotel concept possible for your brand. Over 5 focused days, you'll work through exercises and frameworks that help you uncover your brand's true potential. You'll learn how to see beyond what you sell and what you stand for. You'll discover how to turn your purpose into a powerful story that resonates with your audience. Finally, there's the Brand Strategy Labs, our flagship 90-day program that transforms founders into brand strategists. Inside the labs, you'll get a complete system of lessons, frameworks, and templates to build your brand strategy from the ground up. You'll learn how to create professional creative briefs, effectively collaborate with designers and agencies, and evolve your brand strategy over time. But the labs aren't just about content and lessons. They're about community. You'll join a group of ambitious founders who support each other's growth, participate in weekly group chats and live Q&A sessions, and get direct access to me as your mentor. It's an immersive experience designed to give you everything you need to build and grow a brand that stands out and scales up. The world doesn't need more noise. It doesn't need more marketing messages or clever campaigns. What it needs, what your audience craves, are stories worth telling. Stories that spread not just because they're loud, but because they're true. Remember those ancient fires where our ancestors gathered to shape stories? In many ways, nothing has changed. We're still gathering, still sharing, still seeking truth through consensus. The platforms have changed, they have evolved, but the principles remain the same. The attention war isn't won by those who shout the loudest. It's won by those who speak their truth more clearly. And clarity, that's not just about what you say, it's about who you are. The brands that win tomorrow are the ones that understand this today. They're the ones who know that attention without trust is worthless, but attention earned through trust is priceless. Your brand has a story worth telling, a truth worth sharing, a legacy worth building. The question is, are you ready to find your clarity? So I invite you, let's build something that lasts, because in the world of endless noise, the clearest voice always cuts through. Let's conquer together. Stay true, stay you, and I'll see you in the next video. By the way, comment conquer below, and I'll send you my guide to help you get started.